something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. Thought that my pride was gone. Oh no, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong.
Brothers and sisters, when they insist we're just not good enough,
Not good enough. Ooh,
well, we know better.
we know better.
The odds and say,
We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway. Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. Thought that my pride was gone. Oh no, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong.
brothers and sisters, when they insist we're just not good enough,
Not good enough. Ooh,
well, we know better.
well, we know better.
The odds and say,
We're gonna do it anyway. 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 Something inside so strong. I know that I can make it, though you're doing me wrong, so wrong. Thought that my pride was gone. Oh no, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. Oh, something inside so strong. So
Okay, so that was a choir staple. I'm sure many of you in the room have already sung this. Hands up if you've already sung something inside so strong. If you haven't, you're missing out. Local vocal. This is the next one for you. It's an absolutely beautiful song by an artist called Laddie Sophia. And this next song, running with that same theme of strength and togetherness, is a song called One Day, which is a song that was originally written about the conflict between Palestine and Israel. But obviously with everything that's happening in the world right now, I think if you listen to the lyrics, you'll see that there's quite a lot of crossover and quite a lot of poignant moments and phrases that are worth bearing in mind. This is One Day.
One people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day. One day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when a child cries. And in this state, you can lose your way, and it might drive you crazy. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn. Because all my life I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more war, and our children will play one day. One day, one day, one day. This all will change, treat people the same. Stop with the violence, down with the hate. They will all be free, and proud to be under the same sun, singing songs of freedom. Stop. One day, 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 one day. Why oh, why oh, sing songs of children will play one day, one and our children will play one day.
So this next song, this is the first time we've ever performed it in public. We learned it a short while ago, and this choir have been wanting to perform it in public for many, many weeks. I said no, we're saving it for the choral festival. So this is a beautiful gospel piece of music called Total Praise. I'll let the music do it.
To
Oh my goodness. Oh. That was on another level. It was absolutely phenomenal. I was nearly crying in places. It was so moving. My favourite piece was the Total Praise. Oh my goodness me. I'm not familiar with it, but oh, did it move me? Absolutely brilliant. As soon as this choir came on the stage, you had the correct stance, and I thought, this is going to be good. You all were stood right. You all look great in your black and white, which always looks good on stage, and smart. And, you know, I wasn't disappointed because, as I say, it was wonderful. I love the shapes of the mouth, the vowels. Yeah, they were all there, and everyone was doing it, and it was, you know, it was just so professional. That's the word I'm looking for. Yeah, just those lovely legato phrases, and the way you came in on the phrases, and they were still there at the end. You had that support and that breath control to carry these lovely phrases through, and it was wonderful. Really, really enjoyed it. What shall I say very quickly about One Day? Yeah, again, even though I didn't know it, I could predict where it was going to go, and it went there, and it was great. And the first one you sang, Something Inside, yeah. Oh, so together, and such a tight band. You know, all these young ones are playing a group and that, you know, and go around the working men's clubs and say, oh yeah, we're a right tight sound with that band. You know? That's exactly what you were like. It was a really tight choir. It was all spot on together. There was no one just a fraction behind, no one in front, no one's voice standing out over everyone else. It was a combined group, beautiful sound. Well done.
Yeah, so much to echo in that. That was fantastic. Christine's right, there's such a unity in you as a group. Although when you're singing in unison, it's fantastic. But when you're in your harmonies, it's beautiful. But it just sounds like it's one being. It's so well coordinated. Fantastic. I had to get really picky to look for some things because Craig's done such a good job. I loved it when you did your pianissimos in the first song, and I would have loved that a little bit more because there was a couple of opportunities, and I thought, oh, you could have even more range in there. So I could just maybe bring it down a few times earlier on. We're going to do it anyway. Those ones were amazing, so you can do it. So show off a little bit more right in there. I love the key change in the movement. That was so cool. And we were all like this. That's great. I think one thing that I would have liked was, and I wrote this down, and then he did it in the next song. I was like, oh, okay. Obviously, the phrase, something inside so strong, happens so much, and you are really tight with how you finish it, but I just would have loved it if we had a little bit more on the ends, just at the very end, because it's just what's round it off and gives you a little bit more room for your vibrato on that there. Oh, well done, the super soloist. And one of the things I would have said, if Craig will let you, is just for you to stretch that out a little bit more, because everything else is so tight on that ship. You just want to just stretch those rhythms a little bit more, and again, show off a little bit more. You've got it there, so just go for it. And you have a couple of things that you do more than once, so change them up, mix it up a little bit. It's really great though. One Day was fabulous. I've not heard that song before. One of the things that I would say is, obviously the message is about hope, but sometimes some of you were singing the bad stuff, and I could see it in your faces that it was a kind of 50-50 split. Every time you get back to that chorus, that one day, it's like, this is the hopeful stuff. Have you heard the phrase, don't cry, make the audience cry? Yeah? Well, there was a couple of you that were crying. And we want to be the ones that are crying. So you go for that positivity, err on that side of things, and particularly in the choruses. And then Total Praise was just wonderful. Being super, super picky, if we can just open those larynxes for the inhalation in the early part, because it was a little bit, and these mics didn't help me with that, I'm afraid. But yeah, just so that we've got that silent inhalation before you start. It's sublime, but absolutely fabulous. I'm blown away. Well done.
Let's try turning the mic on. Wow, guys, I just written at the top of my notes, a well-oiled machine. That's the first thing that's sprung to mind. Craig, amazing job you're doing with these guys. You guys are tight, you are together, you are in unison, and you are one. Even though you're doing your harmonies, and your swells, your diction, everything is still as one. I'm listening to one voice amongst many voices, and that's key as a choir. Very, very together. Your facial expressions are perfect. There's a gentleman right in the middle with the grey hair, black shirt. Your facial expression is amazing. It really drew me in to the story you were telling me, and I believed in it. I believed in every word. As Alice was saying, lead vocals, amazing. I love to hear lead vocals come out of nowhere in and amongst a choir. I think it just adds that extra dynamic. It's like, oh, where did that come from? And I was like, where is that? Oh, it's over here. And then I saw your face and I saw your expression, and I was drawn in to that and what you was telling. That was absolutely phenomenal. If I was to be just a little bit picky, you started off so elegantly and your punctuation was so great, and I think it was only your emotions that got in the song, and you just dropped off a little bit in terms of your punctuation, but that's okay. That's what singing is about. Bring your emotions in, as long as I can feel that, and I definitely felt that it was fantastic. As I said, your facial expressions were great, your smiles were there, everybody was in sync with that. Everybody was giving me something that I could buy into, and as Alice was saying, the control was fabulous. I could see the breathing. Only thing I could say about that is, I think again, when your emotions got involved, you were singing, you were lifting your shoulders rather than using your diaphragm. But I think that was you giving your all. Just remember that you're still singing from here, and you're giving your support from here, but I can feel that you was getting involved, and the song was great. Strength in numbers is another thing that comes in mind. There's a lot of you guys up there, and you can hear the difference. It's a mass choir, and it's beautiful to hear. Lastly, thank you, and thank you for taking me back to where it started. Total Praise, so if Mirabelle's around, that's where gospel music started for us. When we was young kids running around in church and conventions and stuff like that, we would hear that at the conventions. That song was one of the songs that through gospel music has been there from day one to now, and it took me right back to where it started for me. I nearly had a tear in my eye. So, and then you took it to another level. Well, you started with a high level anyway, with something inside so strong, one of my favourite songs, and you did it in your own way. I've never heard it sung like that, and that's unique, and I really love the sound that you gave. Just one other thing that I would have liked to hear that maybe would have given Total Praise a different dimension. It was just something I was hearing, that's just on my own creative mind going. When you was doing the oohs towards the end, it felt like it needed a spoken word for the soft, elegant part of the oohs. It just felt like it needed somebody, not preaching as such, but a spoken word of encouragement over that ooh section that would have taken that to another level and just knitted the dimension that you was, and the dynamics that you was putting across. You started off quite nicely with the oohs, and then you went to something quite higher. And I just felt like a little spoken word in between there that would have got me crying. Really would have. But guys, phenomenal work. Thank you, and thank you.